Hello and welcome to Business Talk, brought to you by the Northern Cincinnati Chamber of Commerce. I'm Britt Scarce, I'm your host, and today here in studio we have Kelly Ackerman here with us from Frame USA. Welcome.
Thanks, glad to be here today.
Yeah, nice to have you. And now, Kelly, you've been with Frame USA for a number of years, right? Mm-hmm. And you have actually, how long has Frame USA been doing the Fill the Truck?
So this is our 13th year for Fill the Truck.
Wow. I think as long as I've known the name Frame USA, I've heard Fill the Truck.
Yep, it started in 2010, so we are just about to start year 13. Yep.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I guess before we start talking about that, let's talk a little bit about who Frame USA is.
Sure. Yeah, so Frame USA, we're located in Springdale, right down the street from kind of the old Tri-County Mall at this point. And we've been in business, it'll be 40 years this coming June, so we are about to hit a big milestone company-wise. And ultimately, we make American-made picture frames. So instead of going to a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby or buying a picture on Amazon, we are hoping people will shop locally and buy from us. And we have an 80,000 square foot facility. We make about 2,500 frames a day and about 400 styles and colors. So definitely can most of the time find anything somebody might be looking for.
Yeah, I bet there's probably nothing that they are looking for that you probably wouldn't be able to at least procure, right?
Nothing's probably a stretch. Somebody always asks for something you don't have, but the point is we have a lot of options, so we usually can try to encourage one of the options, I would say.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's great. Well, 40 years, congratulations.
Yeah, it's great.
That is, that's, just like a young startup here, right? Well, let's talk a little bit more about the upcoming events that you have, like the Fill the Truck and so forth. Let's talk a little more about that.
So Fill the Truck kicks off every year the Monday after Thanksgiving. So a truck will actually arrive at Frame USA this coming Monday. It'll be parked out front. We'll start to put up the banners. Next week, we'll start to deliver boxes and flyers to schools and other places all around the city who have joined forces with us that are on our kind of sponsor list. And then it kicks off and it only runs from the Monday after Thanksgiving until Christmas each year. So it's always a tight window, always a super busy window because there's always already a lot going on that time of year. But we are ready to go. So
that's awesome. Now, what kind of items do you fill the truck with?
Yeah, so most of it is the items that the majority of us take for granted. Most of us don't focus on not having a winter coat or even toilet paper or a toothbrush. So we really fill the truck with personal care items that the majority of folks take for granted, but especially this time of year as it's already gotten super cold in Cincinnati, very needed items. There's a lot of kids standing at bus stops that don't have hats and gloves and boots. So it's any personal care item. And then we split those out to 6 different charities around the city. And sometimes really since COVID, it's become a little bit more, people are donating more money than goods necessarily. But at the end of the day, you can go on www.fillthetruck.org and you can actually select what charity you want your item or items to go to. And then we will deliver that information and or money directly to that charity. So it's a great, easy opportunity to give back for sure.
That's awesome. Now, does Frame USA choose certain charities that they support?
Yes. So ultimately, we've obviously been doing this for a while now. So we have 6 charities that have kind of been with us for most of the time. Every now and then we mix one in. Every now and then one falls off. But obviously, for the most part, they're pretty much in there, and they're usually asking us, when are we starting? When are we hearing from you every year? So again, this year, the 6 great charities that we're supporting the Healing Center. We're supporting Valley Interfaith, CANE, which is Churches Active in Northside, Life, which is a food pantry in Blue Ash, Needs is a food pantry in Blue Ash, Life is a food pantry in Loveland, and then the Princeton Closet.
All right. That's great.
Yeah.
We've actually had some of them on the podcast.
Yes, they are definitely part of the local community and greatly have the great needs surrounding us. So anything we can do just helps.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And it's it's really great that you guys do this every year. And I think people, they get used to having, that happen every year and they look forward to coming and participating in everything. So
prior to COVID, it would be great. We'd have volunteers and everything come. Obviously, COVID changed a little bit of that. But at the same time, the donations haven't stopped coming, which is the most important part. So
yeah. Well, what's the best way for the community to help with this?
Yeah. Really, I'd say, everyone's busy these days. We all have a million things on our plates, and we always think, oh, I really want to do that, but where am I going to find the time? So the easiest thing is just to go on the website, fillthetruck.org, pick the charity you want to support, pick the item you want for that charity, and then we'll do the rest of it for you. And so it's just a great way to say, okay, I want to make a donation to the Princeton Closet, and I want to donate some kids' coats. But do I really want to go fight the holiday traffic to buy them? Probably, maybe not. And then so we'll do the rest of that for us. And some of what we donate and fill the truck are like hygiene packets, where we actually put together like toothbrushes and washcloths, and it's everything you would need from a hygiene standpoint. And so a lot of people like to buy those as well. And then just like I said, pick the different charity that they support.
That's great. Now, can they do this? Did you mention that they could do it online? Mm-hmm. That they could go online? What's the website that they would go to?
Yeah, so it's just fillthetruck.org. And like I said, so when you go to the website, you'll see 6 different trucks, which are just designated by the different charities that we donate to. And if you don't have a preference, then you can just pick one, or you can just make a cash donation. But a lot of times it's kind of fun just to look through the different types of items. And like I said, they're all items that these charities have requested over the years, have needs for, but still end up being the items most people take for granted. So absolutely.
And I think we, sometimes we think that, we're in our little bubble and everything. And, we go to the store whenever we need to get something. And we don't necessarily think of this area having a lot of folks that are in need, but there are a lot of folks that are in need. And, things like the economy with inflation and things like that, it's really put a stress on, a lot of households, and a lot of folks could really use this help.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Princeton graduate. My kids go to Stewart Elementary in the Princeton district, and I think 70% of their school is on free and reduced lunches, so especially when you think of how cold it already is in Cincinnati this time of year, if a kid doesn't have a coat or gloves or a hat standing at a bus stop, I mean, that's frigid, and those are dangerous situations. So, it's the little things, and there is a lot of need, even like to your point, a lot of people don't always see it or witness it, but there's a lot, and it's all over Cincinnati, but some of these are right in our backyard.
Yeah, what a blessing to the community that you guys do this. Are there any other topics or any other things you'd like to tell us about before we wrap up?
Yeah, so ultimately, I mean, we do support a charity every month. So while Fill the Truck is our big one and our big initiative that we put a lot of extra effort into, every month on our website, we donate to a national charity. Since we do sell nationwide, we want people to be able to recognize those. And then every month in our retail store, we do support a local organization for the same reason. We want them to be recognizable. And so a lot of the great organizations right around here are the ones that end up on our retail charity of the month. But one of the best things we love is when our employees make the recommendations. We love being able to support an organization that is near and dear to our employees' hearts. And so it's just everyday part of what we do on top of making picture frames.
That's fantastic. And what is the contact information for Frame USA if someone wants to perhaps buy some pictures or get some frames?
Yeah, so our website is frameusa.com. Frame is singular. If you go to Frames USA, you are not visiting us. And then we're just located on 225 Northland Boulevard in Springdale. So like I said, right down the street from the old Tri-County Mall. And especially it's this time of year where a lot of people are framing gifts up and things like that for the holidays. So we'd love to help with any holiday needs or any other long-term needs as well.
Kelly, thank you. Thank you for Frame USA doing all the good that they do in the community. Thank you for coming and telling us about that. Our guest has been Kelly Ackerman with Frame USA. Thank you for listening.